listen, like when you have presidents and politicians and important people of the world on social media, it's no longer for kids, right? This is a place that you need to be a part of. This is a digital community that's happening whether you're there or you're not. I would highly recommend everyone be a part of this community. I mean, I think it served your career very well. We were just talking about it off camera. You need to be a part of both digital community and the in real life community, right? And if you could do both and do it well, you're going to find a lot of success, and you know that firsthand.
Tell me a little bit about the media, the man. What are you working on right now?
Oh man, we're working on a lot of different things, but I think ultimately what we're trying to do is just tell dynamic stories, right? Yep. And some of the most dynamic stories are they're on the streets, right? So we're going to the people, we're telling those messages. Obviously, I'm working with my partners and clients, but also people like you and others. Like, listen, we're going to the streets, we're telling those stories. And that's what you're doing. Obviously, you're doing this at these conferences.
Love it,
You and I are just on the streets talking, right? And going to the streets to get the story of the streets. And so that's what I'm trying to do too.
Love it. And we're here in Austin, Texas. Love visiting Austin. It is an amazing place for development, real estate, but specifically PropTech. Some great leaders down here. We're going to be down in closer to your home. We're going to be over in Fort Worth in Dallas for the TAA show.
That's right.
I'm really excited about Texas Department Association brings the heat.
They do.
So you and Chelsea Kneeland are going to be leading this effort this year. I think I see some newness, some fun, interactive things. Got some great speakers. Jesse Itzler from Atlanta. Pumped to see him speak as a keynote.
Keynote.
So tell me a little about what you're excited about. What stands out for you this year?
Yeah, thanks for asking, Chris. Yeah, so first of all, me and my homie Chelsea, we're gonna be co-hosting on the expo floor, I believe on the 15th, most of the day as well. So we're gonna have a lot of guests coming and going. I'm gonna be jumping out into the crowd and interacting with those listening and hanging out with us. So it's gonna be a really dynamic show that we're going to have kind of live on the expo floor. So you got people coming and going, stopping in different booths and interacting with different suppliers, but ultimately, like, the center of the show is going to be Chelsea and I having a robust talk show happening as well. So she's incredibly dynamic. She's been a friend for a long time. Everybody loves Chelsea. They're going to learn to love me eventually, hopefully, but they love Chelsea for sure. So she's doing some amazing things there. We're excited about that show. And then so we're really looking to kind of change up the formatting, a lot of fishbowls formats as well, which I know is always exciting. Have some great thought leaders in the center of that fishbowl, of course, and just really bringing in a lot of really innovative speakers as well. And so really trying to take that conference to the next level.
I know on your interviews and your podcast, some of the debates you'll have, you've got like the deep dives right now, the interrogation room. What's something, I'd love to hear a little bit more about your thesis. I think there's the old media versus the new media. There's a lot of customer experience that's overlooked. What's your take? Where are the opportunities for people to think about experience, to think about marketing, and where do you go for inspiration?
Yeah, it's a great question. Obviously, there's a lot to that question, but I mean, I think the win is like the combination of old school, new school, right? So oftentimes, if you're in the old school category, you're like, oh, tricks are for kids, right? Like those new school cats, like that's just a fad. The reality is, it's not, and it's continuing to emerge, and also the we'll call them the generation before us and even before them, right? The Gen Zers and Gen Alpha, right? They're coming up through this same culture, and so they have a lot of different things that they're going to be coming to the marketplace with, and we have to be ready and willing to accept some of those things. And then you have the kind of the I think you referenced it as kind of the old school versus new school. Let's talk about the old school. They've done an incredible job of building this industry. We're standing on their shoulders, let's be honest, right? Of all the work that they've done. And so I think going forward, taking a little bit of like the recipe of what's been working through the old school, right? But also like not being afraid of the new school and what is working with people like you and me and others, right? That are really embracing technology and different ways of telling stories and doing things and engaging folks. And I think kind of bringing those two worlds together, it doesn't have to be one or the other. And I think that's kind of where the conflict is like, well, which side are you on? Like the reality is, I think there's great attributes from both sides that really can be a benefit to anyone looking at it.
It's great. And obviously, as we talk about media, you can't talk about media without social media.
Yeah, of course.
And right now, you are spinning, you do a great job online, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, different social platforms. I'm trying to post maybe 3 to 5 times a week.
You're doing great.
I think you post, almost every day?
Yeah, I mean, now it's 2 to 3 times a day, right?
Okay.
So, yeah.
And pretty inspirational. You do a lot of different topics. Is there something that you're really doubling down on right now, number one? And number two, why do you think it's important for people to have that voice online?
So two things. Yeah, I mean, video continues to be what it is. Obviously, that's what we're shooting here now. Video is going to be where it's at for the future. Now, LinkedIn is still sort of playing around with that algorithm for video. You know that, I know that. But video is the future. Video ultimately provides instant credibility because it's not just a photo or an AI a piece of copy, right? Video you can't really fake yet, at least, right? So it provides instant credibility. So video, double down on video, get more familiar with video, get more familiar with audio, all the little things that come with video to tell better stories. And so, from a social media standpoint, listen, like when you have presidents and politicians and important people of the world on social media, it's no longer for kids, right? This is a place that you need to be a part of. This is a digital community that's happening whether you're there or you're not. I would highly recommend everyone be a part of this community. I mean, I think it's served your career very well. We were just talking about it off camera. You need to be a part of both digital community and the in real life community, right? And if you could do both and do it well, you're going to find a lot of success, and you know that firsthand.
A great story that happens over and over. I had an owner, operator, and developer here who's also an investor. I hadn't talked to him, I felt like in 6-7 years.
Just ran into him.
And I ran into him and I said, dude, I haven't seen you in years. How you been? He goes, Chris, I see you every week.
Right.
I'm like, and what is he doing? He's lurking on LinkedIn. Right. He's not liking, he's not commenting.
You're like,
he is reading it. And I do see him show up as seeing my profile, but it's funny because he's there. Yeah. He goes, I've been watching your kids. I love your updates. He's like, more kid stuff. And I'm like, it's so funny because so many CEOs will rarely post. But they are following along and they're engaging.
Yeah. And that's the thing is and listen, to all the lurkers listening, please come out, right? Jump in the comments, like it. We appreciate it as content creators. We really appreciate that. But yeah, they are watching and they are sort of following along. I hear that all the time. The same goes for me. Hey, Tony, I love all the stuff that you're doing and this and that. And in my mind, right, like your mind, I was like, I've never seen you engage once. I didn't know you were looking, right? And so for those standing on the sideline, especially on the supplier side and the sales side, join the party, right? Listen to the party norms. And there's nothing worse than somebody that joins the party and starts talking, right? Go to the party, have a glass, have a beverage, right? Feel the vibes out before you start talking and being a part of it. But if you've felt like you've listened to the party and the party norms, now's time to maybe start contributing to the party. And I think they're going to reap a lot of benefits from it.
I love that. Thanks so much, Tony. Always great to see you. Great to hang with you, my man. Thanks for being a positive person who inspires others in our industry.
Thank you, man.